Hey everybody, it's Steve, and so it's time to do our Town Hall recap post giveaway 2000 DEC, and yes, it was a really fun one. Also, I'll give you a little bit of color on my Rift Watchers pre-sale group that I'm in, and I'm actually spearheading this one and how it works for anybody that wants to get into it. You'd have to join my Telegram or the Discord in the link below and quickly come and talk with us, and I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of information at the end if you want to learn about that. So when we get into the Town Hall summary, it was a pretty cool Town Hall. We had a couple things drop out early and some very big announcements. I'll do a separate post actually going over the full white paper of the GLS project. I haven't read it yet just because there's been so much going on with me with work and with trying to get ready for this Rift Watchers pre-sale that I just haven't had time to really sit down and go through it. But it did drop, and it explains the full tokenomics, governance, platform, the roadmap, and how everything will work in the ecosystem. One of the bullish things that I thought when they explained the whole Genesis League thing and how it came to be is really because when they talked to the MLSPX organization that also represents a lot of different games, they said they've tried to do this before, and when they've tried to do it before, they've had two big problems. When they try to do NFTs on OpenSea is so big, so many projects, they can't get enough hype, they don't have enough, they don't understand how to do it, and people don't know how to get onto it, and then their fans are just kind of stuck and they don't do well. Or when they try to launch it in their own ecosystem, just not that many people want to get into it because they don't know how to do it enough. They pigeon themselves either into a giant sea or into an itty-bitty boat, and Splinterlands is going to be the answer to that. The company of Splinterlands, I should say, and then the GLS, Genesis League Sports ecosystem. Because if this works for the MLSPA and this launches and the community here supports it and gets it going and people are using it and playing it and trading these cards, it's going to lead to a lot more. So if you are a Splinterlands player, I know, if you don't have any extra disposable income, I understand you don't need to necessarily get into this, but if you can, it's definitely a very indirect way to support the company, and supporting the company is supporting the original game. This is why I will be buying at least 100 or so of these packs, if not more, because I do want to support this other project, and I will probably play it at least a little bit and feature it on the channel. So, some of the main points that we did get from the white paper that they talked about here but didn't give exact details are that there will be tokens airdropped to everybody who is staking SPS. So we'll find out how much SPS you have staked and how much you get airdropped. Once you get those tokens, you'll be able to stake them into their platform to earn rewards within their system. They are moving KYC information over, and they didn't give the exact details of this, but if you have a license in the Splinterlands ecosystem for one of their nodes, you are going to have a chance to get a node from the GLS ones dropped to you. We don't know if that's a 1-to-1 drop, a 2-to-1 drop, a 5-to-1 drop. I have 2 nodes today. If it's something like a 5-to-1, well, then I might have to go ahead and think about buying 3 more nodes, and that could be why nodes start to really move, and we could reach that next tranche pretty soon. That's all I'm going to talk about the Genesis League for now. It was all really good news, really bullish stuff, but we'll do another video on the white paper where we can dig a lot more into that. Now for the undisclosed project that Matt leaked, the Rooney project. So the Roonies are a new PFP project that is going to launch on OpenSea. Matt basically went into a little part where he was talking about the fact that when he started to go out to a lot of these big NFT events, he noticed that there were these little cliques, and there were these cliques of people who all had Bored Ape shirts, or who all had Bored Ape jackets and earrings and pins, and they were all Bored Ape owners. And then over here you had another clique, and they were all CryptoPunk owners. And he started to realize that if the Splinterlands ecosystem wants to kind of start going to these conferences and trying to maybe be a little bit more noticeable, he needs that big Ethereum PFP NFT to kind of appeal to those people, because they're not necessarily going to come to Hive and buy Splinterlands NFTs when they're used to like playing in the giant dollar amounts that some of these NFTs go for on OpenSea. So they're looking to do a PFP drop around 6,000 of these only, and the real idea is to hopefully build up a very, very well held NFT on the Ethereum platforms and kind of, you know, have it come up. Because, like, let's say if we can buy all 6,000 of these NFTs and we can hold them and we can set a very high Ethereum floor for them, then when people are searching OpenSea, LooksRare, all of these different places for what projects have like the most volume or the highest floor or is traded the least and who's holding these things, we can start having a Splinterlands PFP show up on those lists, and it'll be kind of a natural way to advertise to these people. But then how do you get them into the game? Well, easy. You make it so you can stake this NFT, even though they are all going to be different and unique, into the game to earn a special card that is only usable if you have one of these 6,000 people. Now, from what I understand, the card will have the same stats in the game, and you'll be able to know that it's one of these Roonies that you're fighting, but the card will be different when you see it because it will look like your Rooney within the game. So that's something pretty cool they're doing. I like this idea. Now, one of the things people might not like is they're launching it on ETH. It's going to cost $500. They did say there's going to be a way to use vouchers to cut your price in half, so you could get it for about $250, but you're still going to have to do an Ethereum fee. Now, to tell you the truth, in this bear market, Ethereum fees haven't been that bad, but around launches, sometimes they do spike up. But obviously, if you're somebody who never goes onto Ethereum, maybe this isn't going to be something you're going to love, but hopefully there's enough of us that are already in the Ethereum ecosystem. I know I'm going to try to pick up at least 1 or 2 of these. My goal is to maybe get to 4, but I have to buy a little bit more Ethereum and vouchers to get, you know, ready to do that. But I'm waiting for full details to come out, and those will be coming out in the next couple days. There is going to be a way for people who play Splinterlands to get that 50% off and get on a whitelist so that you can go ahead and mint these before the general public can mint them. And so maybe we'll see if we can actually, you know, how many of them we can get minted out by our people before it even goes live. So this should be pretty exciting. If you're not into PFP projects, that's okay, but I like the idea of being able to get a big, you know, theoretically expensive Splinterlands NFT PFP and start using that as my profile pictures in different places, and, you know, maybe get a jacket with it on the back, because it kind of will show to anybody at any conferences I might want to go to in the future, yeah, I'm a Splinterlands player, and yeah, I bought this NFT and I probably have a pretty big collection. Yeah, you got an ape, but I got a Rooney. So we got this little silhouette here as a teaser of what some of them might look like. We also got a couple eye candy things, but not about the actual Roonies, but the character who creates the Roonies within the game. They also announced that they're going to have a new streamer mode when you're in tournaments. Basically, the streamer mode is going to be something that you can toggle on and off that makes it so you can't see who won battles until you watch them, and it hides something else. I think that's the main thing. They did say that Brawls, SBS is coming to Brawls probably is about 90% complete, and that on the next Town Hall, Cryptomancer should be here to tell us when that will be going live. One of the big things that we had is Ali Straza and Mason showed up again to talk on the Town Hall, and they're going to be doing some special tournaments. I'm actually going to be trying to play in this one on the 20th, the champion level one, because I actually joined their Discord and actually bought some Ali coin, and I'm trying to be kind of somebody talking to their community about the game, but I've just been so busy I haven't been in there as much as I want. But I did buy some Ali coins, so I am in their special dragons layer of a few people that have it. I told them I came from Splinterlands. I also gave Ali like a whole bunch of potions and DEC on one of her streams. So, you know, in general, it's good to see this big streamer start, you know, continuing to do stuff in the Splinterlands even after her paid engagements have come to an end. And she's going to be doing these tournaments to try to bring some of her people into the game, and so that's really exciting. The clip of the week was won by Crypto Llama this time. I couldn't go back to back, but I doubt anybody will ever go back to back. Let's see. We had the shout-outs. During the Q&A, the Rift Watcher bonus packs they explain that they will count towards the legendary airdrops, the promo card, and the title. This is what is allowing some people to buy a slightly less packs and still get one promo card or still get one gold foil legendary. I'll talk about that a little bit more when we are in the the end of the video when we talk about my Rift Watchers presale group. There was a question about alpha and beta cards kind of dropping in price, and if they're going to do anything to kind of protect that, because people are getting a little bit more worried again that alpha and betas are starting to drop in price. Land is what's really meant to do that, and they talked a little bit about land in this Q&A, but really just saying that, you know, they are working on it. They do have a team working on that first phase. It is very important to them. They just made some, you know, general decisions to try to do SPS and battle rewards before they really honed in on land. A lot of landowners might not like that, but I feel like if the game is in a better place when land comes out, it'll be just a little bit better. You don't get Maverick Stavix for buying Rift Watcher packs, but if you buy 1,000, you do get a title. So that was one other thing. The non-card market is planned to come out in Q4 of 2022. I do hope that gets out and working so that people who have extra titles can start selling them within the site. We can also see totems for sale. We can also see older packs going for sale, all within the Splinterlands site, and you don't have to go to a secondary site. We could see a boost in asset values when that happens, because there are some people who buy stuff with credits, and they just buy credits and buy stuff, and they can't buy packs with credits. So if once they can, maybe we'll see a little pickup in those older untamed packs and orbs and things like that. On the tower defense game, you know, they said they didn't have like a whole bunch of information in this one about it. I really can't remember anything great. It was just kind of came up in the questions. There were some people that pushed back on the Roonies being on Ethereum, but basically Matt came out and said, look, this is where the Bored Apes are. These are where the CryptoPunks are. This is where the big dollar amount is, and that's what I want the Roonies to be. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the eye candy. This stuff is going to need its own video, because this was the other big thing that they dropped, was they gave us a look at some of the other cards coming out in the in the Rift Watcher set. So we got to look at the watercolor here, and this is a pretty interesting card here. It's the smallest cost of the ones they showed us. Stun and Reflect Shield with 3 magic damage for only 5 and 7 life. It seems like a pretty darn good card, though it's kind of slow. I don't see how this one really plays into the new summoner that has Backfire, but it would definitely be a good card to add into an Ulrich deck, but that's kind of interesting because that's only for Wild. We got to see this giant card that works great with the Magic team here with the Swedish Shaman. So he is a recharge giant killer rust monster, but a recharge giant killer means that he hits for 9 when he hits, and if he hits one of the other big monsters, he's going to hit them for 18. So like he would do 18 damage to the ghoul, but I think that would go through, because the way, I don't know, that we're going to need to test that, because a normal 9 hit, since it's only 3 damage, it doesn't get affected by the shield. So this card is going to be ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous. But will it make recharge something you're actually willing to play? Time will tell. The Night Ghoul is just a beastie tank. I mean, look at this. He's actually fast, has a lot of life and armor, has 6 attack, and then he has Enrage and Portal. This is disgusting. I can't wait to have this card, because the Death Team has a couple cool tanks, but this one is wow, like on another level for certain formats of the game. Here's one that is also just insanely powerful. Tinderlock here. He's a last stand close range silence death blow monster. So you put him in your last position. He could have 7 speed with Commander Chase. Or Yasik, and he weakens the other mages. I mean, these cards are just so amazing, and you can tell Rift Watchers is really going to change the game when it comes to the upper mana matches, because they're going to be giving us some really big cards that are just going to completely change the game and the meta for those 60 mana or 48 mana or 55 mana matches you get occasionally. You've also got the Crosshair Bosun, who is a high mana cleanse. High mana cleanses are great. It's one of the things that actually makes Diamond Dragon so good in those big mana matches, because when you have a giant mana match, you don't want to play a 2 or 3 or 1 cost monster, but sometimes you'd like to have a cleanse. Now you got a second place position Reflect Shield Reach guy that's also a very good secondary tank. So you put him behind the shield bearer, and he's going to make sure that you can always heal the shield bearer with whatever tank you want. I mean, whatever healer you're going to want. And then if anybody's using blast damage, he's not going to take any damage. And he's going to help them have that other big melee hit swinging at that front position. So it's a really, really good card that fits so well into the current meta of the Life team. Here's our Rooney creator. So we got some kind of like interesting little the harvesting and the minting characters from the people who are going to be in the lore that create the Roonies. So basically the idea here is they farm up these and they're able to these power cores, and then they're able to create the Roonies. So here's the opening kit. So like you get all of these different materials, you mix them with a power core, and then you're going to end up getting a Rooney, but we have not seen what kind of character that Rooney is. All right, guys, that kind of like goes over most of the stuff that was in the town hall. I decided to use the Splinterlands one today just because I felt like this would cover all the best main points, and we could try to do this video a little bit quicker. Let's go ahead and give away 2,000 DEC. We'll go do a shuffle, spin. And remember, to get into this, you have to go to the Hive post. That'll be in the link. And then your name gets on the wheel if you make a comment that at least shows me that you somewhat watched the video or interact with me. Don't just say, hey, get me in. We got our winner, Junos, here. Congratulations. So we'll go ahead and send you over. Oh, I got my vouchers from one of the players who is taking part in the Rift Watchers pre-sale. So we'll do the 2,000 DEC. And then we'll do that to Junos. And then I'll click that and I'll go ahead and go over to here. So my buddy, he now has sent his 1,002 vouchers. So we are doing a Rift Watchers pre-sale group. I'm doing it with the people in my Telegram and in my old Discord from the people that took place in the pre-sale for Chaos Legion. Some of these names might be familiar to you, but that's not really the important thing. It's just if you're planning to buy some packs and you would like to go ahead and buy them with us, the way it's going to be working with my group, and I'll just go ahead and go back to my channel for now, is that if you get in, you do get full access to the 20% bonus because we are over 2,000 packs. You are expected to provide all vouchers for your bonus pack. So if you wanted to buy the minimum, I think it would be like 43. It's like 43 or 44 that you have to pay for, but you still have to provide 50 vouchers so that you get to 50, and then you get one of the promo cards. Or there's some play that you can do around the 1,000 range. I think it's like 1,835, and then you get the 1,002. As you saw, that user just sent me over those vouchers, and that gets you a gold foil legendary and a title because you'll get past it, because Matt has confirmed that the bonus packs do count. And then what we'll end up doing with that account is I'll get all of the money and vouchers together. I'll do one big buy, and then going forward, we'll deliver back to you all the airdrops that you are supposed to get, and all of the things that you would get based on your guaranteed amount of pack sale. But but you're forfeiting any luck. Right? Because like, let's say you buy 1,000 packs and the next airdrop you're guaranteed to get 2, but you could press a button and get 3. Well, with us, you're only going to get the 2. And then all the extra ones are going to be sold on the account, and then the DEC is going to be distributed based on how much you bought. So you can see right here who will be getting the amount of DEC from the sales. And since we are currently at 7,000 packs, we're going to get 7 gold foils on the buy, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are given out to people. So I'll go ahead and have 2 gold foils to sell right away of the promo card, and then that money will be distributed out. There is a little factor, and I'll talk through this with everybody, but if we get the bare minimum that we're allowed to get on the promo card, which I think is the way it's going to work, and then we get the 7 gold foils, I'm going to have to buy a couple regular ones so that the people who are entitled to regular ones get all of their regular foil ones. And so it's going to cut a little bit into the DEC, but we could talk about that more in the Discord if you don't quite understand how that works. But just reach out to me. It has to be today or early on Wednesday if you want to get into the group, because I don't want us to be scrambling at the end. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching my content, and good luck if you decide to get in on the giveaway for the 2,000 DEC. Goodbye.